Okay. Yay! Hey, everyone. So the reason I asked about the graphic is I'm doing something different today, and I am just doing something different with my setup to hopefully make the lag time different. So maybe I won't have that like 20 or 30-second lag in between. But the weird thing is that it's reversing it on my preview screen, and it doesn't look right. I'm backwards. But as long as I'm forwards to you, that's all that matters, right? So we should be good. Anyway, hey, I'm so glad to see so many of you like popped on early today. It's so exciting to see people like getting ready to hang out with you. And the funny thing is I'm a total introvert, so I don't normally have feelings of excitement like when you're getting together with people, because it's like, people. But being online and doing this live is completely different, and I've discovered that this is totally my bag, and I absolutely love it. So yay. Okay, so I'm seeing that I am forward to you, which is great, but I'm wondering if the lag time is still kind of crummy. And I don't really have any way of finding that out, I don't think. Oh, maybe I do. So I'm looking on my phone, and I seem to be coming across much quicker than I normally do. So maybe I'm good. Anyway, we'll see how it goes today. And if you guys like it, then I'll just keep doing it this way, and I'll deal with the backwards me. And I have my screen split so I can see the forward me too. So I just have to stop looking at the backwards me. Anyway, so Becca, what are you humming about? I don't know. Oh, double me. You want to see it? I'll show you here. This is what it looks like. Oh, I hate doing this. Okay. So there. So this is me backwards. This is where I would be backwards. And this is me forwards. So I'm seeing double of me. It's crazy. Okay, let me get this set back up. All right. Yay. Except one of me is backwards. It's really strange looking. And then I'm on my phone too. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, hey, did you notice the blue around the door? I started doing some painting. Well, let's see. I had the primer done. Oh yeah, I did the primer on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I let it sit for 24 hours. And then on Sunday, I came back and I put my first coat of black around. So it needs another coat for sure. And then it'll be done. And then I can do videos and pictures and things of the studio and get you guys excited about all sorts of different ways that you can store your crafty stuff. Because I know, like, honestly, doing storage and organization, I'm messing around with the camera right now. Doing storage and organization is like a sub hobby of crafting. Like, we always have to have the perfect organization for us, right? I don't know why, but it's a thing. So anyway, thank you, Becca. The craft banner, no, that's been up there for a while. And I found that ruler, it's a ruler with ginormous clips on it. And I found that at Hobby Lobby. And the craft, I did those letters. It's with chalk. And I won't touch it because it's not like I don't have it fixed or anything, and I'm afraid that if I touch it, I'll smear it, and then I won't be able to do it again. So, but it was something from a kit from a billion years ago, and I said, oh, that would be really kind of cool. What could I come up with? It's 5 letters, and so craft obviously came to mind. So that's what happened there. Some other little fun things. Do you see the elf back there? That's Inky, the craft elf. And sometimes he comes around in July and he came around last July to do some Christmas in July stuff. He was interning with me from the North Pole, and then he didn't leave. So now he's over there and he holds on to some adhesive dots right now, and he's got adhesive dots all over him. He's a mess. Anyway, feeling like a mess today too. I did my hair even, but it looks kind of flat. You know what? I need a haircut. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to get a haircut. I might just let it grow. Anyway, so crafting. Yes, Elf on the Shelf. Totally Elf on the Shelf. Here, let me show you. Whoa, stinky. Anyway. That's where he sits. That's his thing. And they are kind of creepy. I do agree. Anyway, crafting. So today we're going to do Tic Tac Toe challenge. Just came up with a new challenge, and that went live this morning. So we're going to take a look at my project that I did for that. And then we wanted to do some things that were for May Day, because that's coming up on May 1st, if you celebrate May Day. If you don't know what May Day is, and I'm probably talking to people that either are stalking right now or that maybe will watch this in the future. So May Day, I wasn't really familiar with this, and I probably could like look up the history behind it or whatever. But basically, it's just a celebration of spring and whatever. And you would go around to people's houses and put little, they're called tussy mussies, or little flower arrangements with like a little card or something on people's doorbells, and ring the doorbell and run away. It was a thing. It was not a thing for me growing up, that's for sure. But I heard about it again when I moved to Nebraska, and somebody asked about easy to make May Day cards. So I thought we could go through and have some fun trying to explore different things that we could use to create some easy cards. So I went through the scrap bin for that, and I came up with a lot of stuff. So we'll have some fun putting all that together. Okay, so I'm going to flip the screen. Hey, and I'm going to stuff all over the place. Hang on. All right. And this chair is killing me. Never have it in exactly the right place. Okay. There we go. So this is the card that is on Tic Tac Toe challenge today. And the challenge, I picked this center row down. And I may have cheated a little. So it's blooms. So I've got like, florals in here. And I forget what the other ones was, but the middle one was designer paper. And everywhere I turned, like I couldn't go any way in the challenge board without hitting something that either I didn't have or I didn't want to use. So I said designer paper, and I made my own. It didn't say it had to be pre-bought, pre-made designer paper. So technically I made my own with this background. Oh, and like I could have totally gotten out all the stuff I need to make that. I'm just realizing that I totally didn't get out the piece of paper that I need for that or anything. So hang on. Fortunately, I have cardstock cut for later, and I need the pink. So the pink is from my Versa color, and I think I used opera pink from that. And I need wax. And I need the stencil. So my box of stencils here, they got all flipped over. It's on the bottom. There we go. It is. So I ordered these stencils from A Colorful Life. I told you guys about that a couple weeks ago. And she sent me some freebies. I was so excited. So she sent me this Follow Your Yellow Brick Road, which is really awesome. And then, where is it? I can't find it. She sent me the Yellow Brick Road to go with it. And I don't know where it is. I don't know. Now I got to rifle through all these guys. Oh, here it is. It's on top because I used it recently. Go figure. So the cool thing about this one is that it's like kind of psychedelic. Oh, and I will show you something new that I'm totally stoked about. Oh, yay, adding color pencil detail. Yeah, awesome. So, okay, so why am I addicted to stencils? Because that's like, there's so many cool things you can do with them. You can do spray techniques with them. You can do blending. You can do embossing paste. You can do like a billion different things, right? That's why I love stencils. Okay, so these, I got these at the same time I got that, the mat for my Gemini Junior, the Eye Crafter self-healing mat. These are the Eye Crafter blending brushes, and they're like finger daubers, right? Everybody knows the good old finger dauber, but look, it's a brush. It's like our blending handheld blending brushes, you know, like the makeup ones. I wasn't sure about them, I have to admit. But because they're kind of expensive, but they're going to last forever. And they do cap together. I'm kind of hesitant to do that because I don't want to grab the hairs of the brush on accident, you know? So I am not putting them together like so. But you get all of these. So you get 10, and they come in different colors, bases, so that way you can match them up with the colors, you know, that you have. So I'm using pink, so I'll grab a pink one. They wash beautifully, they dry great, and they blend amazing, which is the important part, right? So, well, one of the important parts. I guess it's important that they wash well. So I like finger daubers, but I hate throwing them away. You know, you're always like, you're using them up and then the foam comes off of them or it gets gross or whatever. And you try to wash it and then it's never the same. So I'm always throwing them away. And I hate throwing away the little plastic piece on the bottom. I wish somebody would just come up with replaceable foams, right? If I had the time and the inclination, I probably would come up with that myself and sell them. But, you know, like, because the bigger sponge, like the blending tools, the Tim Holtz ones, the Ranger ones, and the ones from scrapbook.com, they have the replaceable foams on the top. Why can't you make them small for these? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You're throwing all these little pieces of plastic in the trash when you could be just replacing the foam. Anyway, I know they make like super itty bitty teeny tiny ones, but that's not what I want either. Yeah, exactly. The brush is the only part wearing out. So, but now I don't need to worry about it because I have these great ones from iCrafter and they're awesome. I'm even thinking about getting a second set. So if I need to, for some reason, I can have to. But look at how beautifully that blends on there. Well, okay, so blending with VersaColor is going to blend super smooth anyway because it's a pigment ink. And it will blend just like your Distress Oxides will blend, except it doesn't have oxide in it, so it's going to stay nice and bright. So don't think that Distress Oxides are the only thing in the market that you can blend with. If you have a pigment ink of any kind, I'm sure you can blend with it. Blending with VersaFine is hard because it's an oil base and it's kind of like a mix between a dye and a pigment. So you can't blend so well with that one. But VersaColor, VersaMagic, VersaCraft, they're all pigment inks, so you can do that. And I didn't tape this down or anything, as you can see. So you can also do the reversing technique with these. So there's pink all over this. If I spritzed it and put it on watercolor paper, I'd get a really cool effect. All right, but that's good enough. Isn't that cool? I mean, is it making your eyes bug out? Yes, that's what I wanted to hear, Ms. Tamp. I'm so glad that the delay is shorter. It may be even shorter than you think because I'm not catching the comments as you're typing them and entering them. I just look up occasionally. So, yes. That's awesome, because then I will just keep doing my streams this way. Bonus. Okay, so that's the layer. Love it. It's so cool. All right, so I told you guys like way back, like I think it was the first episode, I did something with the Greetery. Love them. Oh my gosh. So she's in Iowa. I'm in Nebraska. I order stuff from her and I get it like 2 days later because we're so close to each other that it's like poof, magic. It's here. So this is the Pretty Postmarks stamp set, and it comes with, or you can get the dies that coordinate with all the little floral bits and the postmark here and the postmarks here and the stamp. And it does have like little scallop edges on it. So you're not just getting a square, you're getting a little scallop edge, which is nice. But we're not going to use those. We're just going to use the stamps. So I love the sentiments. They're super fine. And they kind of coordinate with the words. So this one says, a thankful heart is a happy heart, and my heart is happy because of you. Gratitude is the heart's memory, and my heart shall not forget. So that kind of goes along with, you know, just a note, and with love if you wanted to. And then this one here says, people wish for all kinds of blessings to make them happy. I wish you happiness itself, for that includes them all. Wishing you every happiness on this day. So happy birthday, happy anniversary, that kind of thing. And then this one is, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. You know, so this one goes on into the Shakespeare sonnet. And that one, of course, would go with love and that kind of thing. So I wanted something to kind of go along with the just a note to say I care. So I pulled the thankful bit, and that's this top one here. So, oh, my voice is kind of horsey because allergies. Okay. So I've been looking for a stamp set to do this with for a while. I needed a good scripty stamp that you could put behind things that you don't necessarily need to read. But if you do read it, you want the words to be appropriate. So I'm just going to pop this, and center doesn't matter if I'm overlapping because you're not going to see it. You know, that works good. So like I said, the mess in the middle doesn't matter because we're going to cover it anyway. So this is my homemade designer paper. Center square. Yeah. Okay, so this color, so I have my notes here. This is Azalea by Hero Arts. Their cardstock is thick, super, super thick, but I love it. I love the colors. I love the texture of the paper. It's all good stuff. All right. And I love that it matches Opera Pink. It is really a spot-on match. Okay, so you're going to go crazy when you see this. I already have it cut out, but I'll show you how it works. All right, so that's the base. Hello, Therese. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let me grab a. Need something to wipe off my stamp with. So, okay, I'm circling back to the designer extraordinaire. Let me tell you, I had like a triple fail yesterday. It took me 3 times to come up with something until it was good, and the rest of it went in the trash. It didn't even go into the recycle bin for use some other time. It was just trash. It happens. Okay, so that's it for this one. And then the other stamp set I use from the Greetery is this one called Signed and Sealed. And, oh, I didn't pull out the die. Let me pull out another die set. Okay, so this set is really, really cool. And originally I didn't get the dies with it, but now I have them, as you can see. So envelope, and then these are like little envelope liners, and they have a die. And the words, the big words, these three have coordinating dies, which I really like because I like the look of a cutout word, but I don't have like always have the patience to fussy cut them. So anyway, yeah, so I love this. This set is really, really great. And the cool thing about it is that it has this extra piece, and this is the extra piece. So there's this piece, and then if you cut out the whole envelope, I don't know if you can see this, but right here is where the center one stops cutting. So it leaves a little space here. And so basically what it's going to do is create a pocket with the envelope. So like I said, originally I didn't have these dies. I just used an X-Acto knife to cut. But I will show you how this die works. So if you were to stamp this on a piece of cardstock and you don't want to cut out the whole envelope, but you still wanted to have a pocket, you could use this die here. And let me cut it out for you. And okay, let me show you what happens. So, like I said, this is what happens. I have a pocket. So I can add things into my envelope and not have to worry about trimming. So we're going to make a little arrangement for that. So this set is super cool. Like I said, this one is called Signed and Sealed. And it's got coordinating dies. I'm not an affiliate or anything with the Greetery. I don't have a program yet. So I just love her stuff. And she's a new, like, I think only a year old small business. And so I want to support her a lot. So the other one, because I have all my little pieces cut out already in here, that I got is called, what is this called? It's a mystery set because the back doesn't have the label on it. Anyway, it is also from the Greetery, and I got it. It has this really nice postcard style, so it's got like a little beaded inside, and then of course the postcard or the postage stamp cut, and then like a 4 set of postage stamps, which is adorable. This is what I really got it for. And I haven't cut this apart. I think I'm going to keep it together, and it really coordinates well with these here. So instead of using the little wavy lines, I stamped this and I put this on top of it, and it cuts out the whole postmark. And I am in love with this. Let me show you. I mean, you can see what it looks like on here, but let me show you here. Is that not awesome? I said, I must have this. It's so cute. So that's what this die does. It cuts out the whole postmark in one go. So, and the sink in my craft room. Yes, I love having a sink in my craft room. I was very lucky that this room had a sink in it before it became my craft room. All right, so these pieces are leftovers. These were from my scrap spin. This is from the called watercolor doodles, really? Oh, not watercolor. Wildflower doodles from Altenew. This just came out recently, and it has matching dies for all the pieces. Super, super cute. So you can do like just outlines. You can do the outlines with the inner piece, all sorts of fun. Or you can just do the inner piece to do a shadowy kind of looking thing, which is what I've done with some of these. So I had all these little pieces left over from another project, and I thought I would use them to fill in my envelope. So, and since I have this really handy hole here, the dies and postal frames and the stamps are pretty postmarks. Thanks for looking that up. So this is also Pretty Postmarks. This is Pretty Postmarks. It's got a stamp and one for the postmark, but this one I think is something different. Maybe it's not. Anyway, they're all the Greetery anyway. So you'll find them. They're listed. If they're not listed, they're listed under related. And I will add them. So I always put the list of a list to everything that I'm using today. If I don't already have it on that list, I will add it afterwards, and then you can just grab the link and you'll always have the list from today. So, and I'll update the description below with the list as well. So for this, I found it easiest to just start to stuff the envelope, not gluing anything down. Just like you would do kind of with a regular floral arrangement. And then I can glue it down. So, because you can hold it kind of in the back. It works out okay. So, boy, what kind of questions do I have for you guys this week? A lot of new releases came out recently. Anyone see anything fun and exciting that they can't wait to get their hands on? Yeah, thank you so much to support through sales. So that's how I keep my crafty business running here, is through affiliate sales. So every time if you click on a link and then you place an order, I get a little bit of a commission, and that's obviously at no additional cost to you. They don't mark up their products to give me that commission. It's the same price no matter if you use my links or not. So I appreciate it when people do. Thank you, thank you. So that looks pretty good. I might pop in my little cattail, like so. So once I kind of have it the way I want it, I'm just still holding it with my finger here, and then I can start pulling back and just putting little dots of glue to stick things together. Now, you don't have to do it this way either. If you want, you can put it down and grab the piece out that you want and do it that way. That works too. Or lift up like so and do that. However it works for you. But like I said, it's so nice to have this little cutout because I don't have to worry about trimming pieces and making it look like it's going in or anything like that. It's just already done for me. So cool. And then I think, did I not get glue on that? Maybe I didn't. Of course, the Greetery does have sets that coordinate with this, with their own flowers and such. But, oh, yes. I'm sorry, Miss Tamp. I was just looking at your comment there about what you want. The windows from the Greetery with the curtain blowing on it. Yes, super cute. I like the girl in the car. I think that's a really great set. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but whatever. So I'm going to put a little pop up here on the corner of my note so that it sticks out a little bit more. I didn't get enough glue on that. Oh, I remember what the third thing is. Layers. Lots of layers on this one for sure. For the challenge. So this definitely could be like a little May Day card, right? If you wanted it to. For sure. Although, if you're going to be making a lot of them, sometimes that's just a little bit more work than you're willing to put in. Oh, Mama Elephant. You know, I don't have anything from Mama Elephant. I'm not into the cutesy stuff either, but I've come to realize that I need something. Actually, who is it that I've been eyeballing that I'm interested in? Well, I have the caffeinated critters, a lot of them from Rabbit Hole Designs, because those are just too funny. I love the snark. I like that a lot. So, yeah, I have those. Something else that I saw recently that I was like, oh, I could do those. And I don't remember what company it was now. Oh, well. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here at a little jaunty angle. And so now you're going to see that text behind it, but you're not going to read the whole thing, right? So super cute. And then I did have this one colored, but you could just leave it plain, or you could do it in a different color. I don't know. I don't have a water pen out. Could just do it in pink. So this is the same VersaColor. That'll help it stand out a little bit. So as you can see, this one wasn't too hard, but I already had a lot of the pieces done, you know, because these guys came from my scrap bin. And I did pre-cut the Just a Note and the envelope and the postage stamp, or the postage mark. But it wouldn't take too long to put this together if you wanted to. There. So that's what's out on my page for Tic Tac Toe Challenge. That started today. It goes through Tuesday. So that one's a short one because they do a new challenge every week. So there you go. Sue. Okay, Sue, if you didn't know I was going live, then either you need to subscribe to me, or you need to subscribe to my newsletter so you get reminders, or you need to subscribe to me and ring the little notification bell so that way you do get notifications on YouTube when I'm going live. So far, it's been every Thursday at 4 o'clock, and I plan on doing it every Thursday at 4 o'clock, even after this whole pandemic thing is over. Oh, here it is. So, because I enjoy it. There. All right. So there we go. Tic Tac Toe Challenge. Okay. So for the fun stuff, the ad lib stuff, I pull out a whole bunch of stuff. Well, okay. That and that. Oh, and this pile here. Oh, you know what? I need to grab my other stool. Hang on. Yes, thanks, Sue. So I use this other stool sometimes to put things on so they're out of the way because my space here gets taken over real quick. 4 p.m. Central, so 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, so this all came from my scrap bin. And let me just run you through here real quick what I've got. So this, you remember I had that little container that I was putting all my little strips in? Well, it got to be too much and it was always falling over. So I just put them in here. So I have all sorts of 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch strips that I can use for sentiment strips. So hopefully this will keep it under control, but also be useful, right? So I got that for sentiment strips today. So we'll grab those. So I figure to do quick cards, sentiment strips work really well, right? Okay, so then the other thing that I have, well, these are just card bases and some card fronts in case we need them. This all came from my scrap bin. I'll move these out of the way too. These are pieces, parts left over from, I've had these forever in a day. It's pink with an embossing folder on it and then gold. Maybe I will use them up finally. So they're kind of cool looking. And then I have just, look at all these extra little pieces. They're leftovers from things that I started and didn't finish or that didn't end up going on a project. So all sorts of fun things. Some of them, like these here, I think we won't use because they're too dark. These were left over from when I did a whole blending series for Halloween. So I don't think we'll use, this one might be okay, but I don't know that we'll use it. See, I have all these, but this one, like definitely Halloween, not May Day. These are some spray technique things that I did with Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. So, you know, maybe I'll pull out a couple of those that I think are okay. Some of them are kind of Christmassy. Some of them are not really one I wanted. This one maybe, I don't know. Oh, this one's nice. Yeah, so I have these all in another box. And actually here, let me flip you around. I'm going to flip you around real quick. Hang on. Okay, so you see that box right there. That has, there's even more stuff in there. I just pulled stuff out that I had sitting around. So that's where I put all of my scraps and things. And then I go through them every once in a while. And sometimes I purge and I say, yep, I will never use that. And it goes away. Sometimes I organize them differently. Like, so this was from some washi tape samples that I did from Altenew. This one's kind of nice, but it would require something more. This was from a project I was just working on. Maybe that, but not so much that. Okay, so then I had some that I got so far as putting on card bases, and then I didn't use them. So there's like that one. Hey, this one should look familiar. We did this one a couple weeks ago. Here's another one. This one's on a card base, so that one's a definite candidate. So like I said, I'm just going through scraps. I have a whole bunch that are on card bases that I think we'll probably use today. Okay, so hey, look, tartans. These should look familiar too. Some of these I did for the Altenew thing. These might be pink enough. These are too dark. This is a good one. That one's a keeper for sure. So just going through here. Let's see. These might be kind of pretty. These were some prints that I did because I had gold ink on the stamp and I didn't want to waste it. So I did a whole bunch of prints. So both of those will be really good. This was an experiment with metallic watercolor, but I think no. This is good, but too bold for today. Maybe. These definitely. So this one for sure, that for sure, that one not so much. Could use these. I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot going on here. Honeycomb, maybe. And then I've got these full sheets from demonstration of this is the washi tape from Altenew, the huge 11.5-inch washi tape. And then another washi sheet and another fun sheet. So lots of fun stuff. Hey, what's going on? I guess I will catch up with you later, Jess. I'm glad you popped in. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Enjoy your dinner. I might still be here when you're done, so pop on back. You never know. Okay, so I think I've got like enough here. And then this last bin is pieces and parts. So I have die cuts, leftover flowers. These definitely we will use. So I guess I did want to go through this one too. Like some dough decks, those might work. I might just keep this on the side here because I think I will probably go through this and use something. So like here's some samples from the new hydrangea that came out yesterday. And this was from a video. All sorts of things in here. That not so much. So this one I'll keep out and we'll go through and see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to put this up. Maybe I can do it over here. So, ooh, my chair. Okay, I love to hate this chair. So this is my only paper cutter right now. I don't have a small one because I haven't found one that I really like. So I'll put that off to the side and hopefully if I need to cut something, that'll be good enough over there. If not, we'll deal with it. Okay, so then I pulled out a couple of stamp sets. This is a favorite, Hello and Hugs from Altenew. This one is always going on back order. And I can tell why, because the Hello and the Hugs are awesome. The sentiments are really great. Of course, it comes with the matching Hello and Hugs dies and then like the outlines that you can put behind it, like the shadows. So this one definitely, and then I pulled out, of course, Sentiment Strips and Sentiment Strips 2, because this one is new. But there's lots of good sentiments on here too. So I thought those work well with our Sentiment Strips. So there we go. That was kind of my thought process. And that's as far as I got. Oh, wait, no, that's not as far as I got. So I did take some time to pull out some scrap paper and die cut a whole bunch of hellos and hugs in different colors to get us started. So what I figure is we'll go through and try to make a couple, 3, 4, 5 cards, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas on how you can use your scraps. And I may not finish a card, but I might just take a note with like a Post-it note or something and say it needs a flower or it needs this or it needs that or whatever. But let's try to go through some that don't need anything. And then you can see how easy it is to work with your scrap stuff. Okay, so these are kind of no-brainers, right? So maybe that with a flower. Definitely this. There was one that I was eyeballing and I can't remember what it was now. Oh, and then these guys. Okay. So I'll set these aside for a minute. Okay, I really don't need the rag anymore. Yeah, I do. I'll put it down there. For as much space as I have, I'm always running out of space. Oh my gosh. Use the tartan. Sue, are you tired of the tartan yet? So these obviously need to be cut down, right? So I think what I'll do, let's pick out some. Purple looks kind of nice. I don't think the pink's going to be right. Ooh, maybe the yellow. Yellow or purple, let me know. You're so funny. Sue, you're killing me. Yellow, purple, yellow, purple. And I'll cut down this one. Ooh. Always choose purple. Okay. So I've got this one done, and I think this one, pink, yellow on this one. Orange. Okay, so on this one, orange or yellow. And I will totally save this piece because I might use that on something. Can make 2 out of 1 by cutting it down. Yes, absolutely. Back it with vellum. Okay, so this one, yellow, and back it with vellum. I can do that. This one, make 2 out of 1 to do it diagonally. Yeah, absolutely. So let's do that. I'm going to cut it diagonally, but not in the way you think. Okay, so instead of going corner to corner on this one, I came in from either edge. Now, if you've seen my latest sketch starter with Altenew, this is basically what it is. It's not from angle to angle, from corner to corner. It comes in a little bit. And I really like the way that looks because it just kind of gives you a little bit of a, it's not so drastic, I guess is what it is. Okay. So see, like we're rocking and rolling. I might have to cut more card bases. Jeez. Okay. This cardstock, I'm going to grab my, is, I can never remember what it's called. It's in my supply list. So look down on the list for the cardstock. It is from, I got it on Amazon. It is not Neenah Solar White, and let me tell you why. So I love Neenah, and I use the 80 pound all the time. Like these pieces here are Neenah 80 pound. And I've been using the 110 pound for a card base because I like the heft of it, but sometimes it's too heavy, right? And it's not super, super white. It's more of a warm white. This is, I think it's called, I want to say it's called Accent, the brand. And it is 100 pound. It folds so nice. I don't even have to use a score tool. You saw that. I just folded it in half. I use my finger and then I clamp the crease with my bone folder. I love the way this paper folds. It is going to forever be my card bases. So if you're interested, or if you're looking for a good card base, but you don't want to spend how much Neenah costs. That was the other thing. Neenah 110 pound Solar White costs a fortune. And for as many cards as I make, it was a lot of money. And this is much more affordable. Much more affordable. Especially if it's just going to be a card base. I hadn't even thought of it. So I could do it this way, which is kind of cool. I think I'm just going to keep it like so. So yeah, we could do that. Let me grab. So this I don't think I'm going to do with vellum, this one here. But let's grab some other. All right, so I got that. Okay, so this cardstock that I pulled is all random stuff. I have no idea where it came from. I couldn't tell you. So we're just kind of working in a random world today, which is fine. This is almost the right color. Let's do that. So, okay, I totally didn't mean to be doing this sketch from the sketch starter, but so that works. And then we'll put a little sentiment strip on here. Actually, it's too big. It's a little 2-inch square. And I don't care that the hugs may come off of it. That looks good. Then let's get a sentiment strip going. This might be interesting. Let's see, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Make a wish. You're amazing. No, I don't think I like anything there. Have a super day. Okay, Miss Champ, you're so funny. You're like living vicariously through me. I thought you were going to be doing some coloring of your own. How's it going? Are you? I don't think I want to cut that. Should I have put the sentiment somewhere else? Yes. Let's try. I think I want it like that. I don't know. This is such a short sentiment. What if we did... I feel like this will be better. I kind of like the way that looks, but I don't know about... Do I put it back? Should I put it back together? No one will ever know. See, guys, I do the same thing. Why not just stamp it on the white card? Yeah, I could do that too. You know, and then if we don't like it, we can cover it up with the strip. So that with, oh yeah. See, guys, I'm always trying to overwork it. Like so. We'll use this for something else. I know we will. I love this. Now I could have popped up the square. That would have been okay too. But that's kind of nice, yeah. Yes, sometimes less is better. So you could sequins. I would probably be apt to add some sequins or some enamel dots, or maybe, like I said, have popped this up. But for a Mayday card, that's really great. All right, yay, 1. I nicked my nail here, and now it's got a little edge on it, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so this one. Okay, so let me show you this paper again. So again, this awesome 100-pound paper. See how that folds like butter? You couldn't do this with Neenah Solar White 110-pound. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And I'm very picky about everything. So it's nice and clean. You know, I love this paper. All right. Oh, you know what I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to cut it down even smaller. Like so. I did not get a good cut. Why won't that cut? There we go. Okay. Nice. And then we said, just scroll back up because I don't, you guys are so chatty. Purple, yellow. Okay, so we didn't really decide yellow or orange on this one. We had a yellow, we had a vote for, our first vote was for yellow. So if we do the yellow, oh, I like this. This one's gonna, yeah. I can do a vellum behind it. Let's do a vellum behind there. I just need to grab a piece of vellum. And die cut. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anyone going to watch the NFL draft tonight? Becca, you might. I don't know if the Vikings have any good picks. I don't know if the Browns have any good picks. I really don't follow pro ball. I like high school, or not high school, college. I went to Ohio State, so of course I'm an Ohio State fan. All right. This one's going to come together super quick. All right, so I hope this is giving you guys some ideas for rating this scrap bin, right? Sometimes it's not good for one project, but you can pick it up and use it really easy for another project. So you just need to grab some simple sentiments and add them in. This is a stamp set from Altenew. I want to say it's floral drape. Yeah, it's called Bold Floral Drape. And it's got the big piece here, and then these are the pieces that go inside. and they're not designed to fit exactly. And then there are dies to cut out flowers so you can pop them up if you want. But it reminds me of a Hawaiian shirt. It's really awesome. I don't know how far I want this to go. I think I might just leave the whole thing on there. It came out, well, it came out this year. I want to say February, maybe. I used it not too long ago, I think, for an Altenew live. I like this one. This is more my style. All right, yay. So that's 2 down. Fun. This one really just needs a sentiment on it. So again, if this had just been in my bin, this is Floral wallpaper. Again, my Altenew. I do so much work for them. I just have a lot of extra stuff. This one might need a vellum backing too, just to stand out. And when I did this one, this stamp set, the Hello and Hugs, didn't exist yet. So sometimes a panel is just waiting for its match and it just hasn't been bought yet. All the more excuse to buy it. All right. Silver glitter backing. Yes. I totally agree. Do you want to try it, Elizabeth? Because I do. I have a Hugs. We'll change this to Hugs. I do have silver glitter. Let's try it. I haven't used silver glitter paper in forever. Let's see if this piece scrap is big enough. Yes. I ran that through twice, just in case. Whew, that's awesome. There is a centerpiece here. Okay, so to stick this on, oh, there's a little piece here too in the H. That's it. going to take a minute or two for this to adhere really well. That's okay though. All right. I like it. This is going to be special. I like that. Okay. That's very cool. I will flip this up as soon as we're done with it so you can see what it looks like up close and personal. And then we need a sentiment. You know, I wonder. Let's open this this way. Let's do this one like that instead. Okay, so this one is to you, my friend. Might just do white. I don't know. So the question is, I did this. Ooh, yeah. Okay, if I can, oh yeah, this is small enough. I can do that. This will be cute. It's really hard to do this sometimes because I don't like to get my head right over. It's hard to do while I'm on camera. That's better. It's the same color. Yeah, it is. I know I'm nitpicking this, but it's not square. And that drives me crazy. Get my head in there. You don't mind. You can see. Let's see if this one turns out better. I know it's not really on the block quite right. So it is what it is. That one's better. There was something here. I don't know what it was, but I can see it, so I'm going to cover it up. Which is probably why this was in the bin. That. Okay. I know you guys want to see this one. Here we go. That's nice with the sparkle on there. And it's coming across on the screen as a little bit more red than it is. It's kind of a bright fuchsia pink. I like it. Whoops, wrong screen. There we go. 3 down. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This card base has been sitting in my scrap bin for months, so I'm glad to use it up. Okay, so another thing. So that's like, those ones are kind of no-brainery, right? Because they're mostly done anyway. And I've got a couple more here that I can do. Those really just need sentiment strips. I don't need anything else on them. But, oh, my pile here. Let's see. This one I could probably do with a floral or two, maybe. That would be kind of an interesting look. Oh, I kind of like the way that's going together. No. I know I have a leaf in here somewhere, I think. I think I saw it in here. If not, I'll just cut one later and pop it in. I swear I had one. I've rifled through this so much the last couple days. Oh, these are good too. Oh, there it is. Aha. I knew I had a leaf. They're kind of, they're blue. This is the Tranquility set of colors. So it's more of a blue, but that works. Oh, here. That'll work. Okay, so I think here, we'll do this. This needs to go in a card base too. I wanted to kind of mark where this one was. All right, let's pop this on a card base. These have been sitting around since I did my Tartan class. No, it's not your machine. It's just the way that the camera renders the color. It's not, like I said, this is more of a pink and it comes across more like a really dark red maybe, but it's actually pink. It doesn't pick up all the colors as well as I would like. Someday I will have enough money for a better video camera, but for now, that's where we're at. Okay, so I think this needs to be chopped down. I think so. I have a border. Otherwise, that's a whole lot of tartan. So if I did a border around it, I don't know, maybe it needs the whole thing. No, I'm going to cut it down. Okay, so I had to cut off on each side so I could keep the pattern. It wouldn't look lopsided. Yeah, that's better. It might look even better if I put a color behind it, but I don't think I have anything appropriate. It's fine. We'll do something with the other, because I have 2 of these, so we'll do something kind of opposite with the other one. All right, so this is the Tartan Builder stamp set from Altenew, and then this is the Build a Flower Begonia, part of their monthly Build a Flower release. Okay, so I have to ask, for those of you out there who are Altenew fans, what do you think of all the different subscriptions that Altenew is coming out with? They've always had the Build a Flower, like that's been around for quite a few years. And then they started the Paint a Flower in January. And then they added in the Mini Delight, that little 2x3 stamp set with a die, like 2 months ago. What do you think of all these subscriptions? I know it's nice that some of them are at a lower price point because the Build a Flower can be kind of expensive. The Paint a Flower doesn't have a die, so it ends up being a little more cost effective. And it's a different audience too, right? Because if you like to color, then that's maybe more your bag. You like having the sets at the different price point. Yeah, because even the Mini Delight, those I think it's 7 something if you do the subscription, and you get a die with that too. The flower has a die component to it. Okay, I was just wondering because it seems like they're coming out with a whole lot, and which indicates to me that that's a really good seller for them. I just don't know how people feel about subscriptions and stuff like that. I guess you don't have to buy it as a subscription, so that's good too. Now I feel like I put this flower in the wrong place, and I already glued it down. It might need, you know what, it probably needs more leaves, which I will have to do at another time. All right, I need some bigger. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you guys, and I don't know, it might be sold out. Did anyone get the notice from did anyone get the notice from Altenew about my next Zoom class on May 5th? If not, did you get my email this week, my newsletter email about my Zoom class on May 5th? And if so, did you sign up? So for this one, I think I'm going to put like another leaf under here and maybe another leaf under here just to give it a little bit more fullness. But I'm not going to stamp those right now. So I will set this one aside for a little bit more work later. Good. I'm glad you got the notice, Ms. Tamp. Let's do another tartan one. Oh, yeah. So for this one, I'm going to majorly cut this one down. All right. Oh, yeah. So the thing with the class is that you can either, if you buy the dough deck, if you buy the accompanying creative kit, you get the class for free. or if you already have the kits or the components of it, especially the stamps and dies, then you can just pay for the class, the $15 for the class. So that was nice of you to leave it open for someone else. But in the future, know that it will work either way. And they work as hard as they can to get the stamps or the kit out in the mail so that you have it in time for the class. And that's the way that works. Mm-hmm. I kind of like the gray. Let's pull out some other fun colors here. Yeah, let's go with gray. So like a triple pane. And then I do have, neither of those really go. That one will work. Ooh. Ah, very good. Okay, so darker flower or lighter flower? I say, okay, like you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just reading your notes. And I'm like, oh, you're going to be decorating door hangers. Sounds good. I didn't say that out loud. I just said, okay. I also have, no. That won't work either. This one maybe might work, but I won't use it. It's another good set to pull out there. Again, I don't have leaves for these either. The lighter one maybe? Okay. I see 2 for lighter, so we'll do the lighter one. Well, I am glad that my video is working out better today and that I don't have such a lag. It makes this whole thing so much more enjoyable. I feel like I'm almost having a conversation with you guys. So, okay, and do we want to do it long ways or tall ways? Portrait, landscape, which way? Vertical. Now, see, I pulled out the hugs now, and now I don't know. I could put it over it. I think, okay, so see, I know we said vertical. And at first I thought, oh yeah, vertical will look great. But I think it needs more breathing room if I'm going to put the hugs in there. Or I could just do, yeah, I could just do that. And it needs a leaf. Yes, long definitely fits better with the hugs, but I think this way works really well too. So I just need to grab, I'll do up a leaf later and to add into this space. But otherwise, I think that works out good. See if I do it this way. Well, that works too. Okay, so looking at it live and in person and looking on the screen. So I'm looking on the screen and that looks really good. I don't know. We've done a lot of landscape cards today. And then I will just put, I'm just going to put one pop-up on this because like I said, I'm going to do some leaves with it later. Fun and done. Yeah, exactly. So I'll put a leaf behind here somewhere. That one turned out really cute. I did not think that would be as adorable as it ended up. Yeah. Cool. Boy, guys, we're just chopping through these. Let's do, okay. So this is the Altenew, it's called, I think it's called Wild Flora. And it coordinates with this stamp set and die set. So you can die cut this flower and this flower and this flower out of the washi tape if you want, or you can just do a huge washi tape panel. So let's do that. Oh, let's do a fun size with this one. So we'll do a tall and skinny. So I'm going to take an 8.5 by 11 sheet and cut it down to 7 by 7. So it'll be, this is the same size that I did the hydrangea on my blog earlier this week. So this ends up being 3.5 by 7. Okay, so then I cut this down to 3.25 by 6 3/4. Or not. What did I cut this down to? I cut it down to 3. Didn't mean to do that. It all fell on the floor too. I mean, I know that's okay. I can still use it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I could still use that if I wanted to, but this is really what I wanted. It's got a big space in the middle now, but that's okay. That's where we'll put sentiment. Okay, so this is that pink from before, or we could do more of a dark purple. I think I kind of like this for the purple or gold strips. Yeah, could do that. Absolutely. Or I could cut this down a little further so that it's got a good border all the way around. But that, actually, so here's the thing. This one's okay, but it's got this big empty space in there, which isn't bad. But I kind of like the way that this looks. So what do I need to do? I just need to either put strips down the side like you suggested, which I could do. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if I have a piece. Let's just do washi tape. So I'm just going to use some washi tape. Or leave it alone, yes. But I'm going to do just a thin strip of gold down the one side, not both. And so this just needs to be okay. Let's make sure that's good. Yes. So this is the new 1-inch gold washi from Altenew. Newer, I should say. I was going to cut a piece of gold cardstock, but I didn't want to cut into a whole fresh sheet, so washi tape works just fine. So if you're doing something like this is how you get out of the bind. Just making sure that I have all my washi tape, like enough adhesive on here so that it doesn't pop out or anything. And you start with the one side and you put it exactly where you know it's going to end up. So as long as I have equal borders on the 3 sides, I know it's in the right place. And then this one's just going to cover on top, like so. And actually, if I wanted to, I could pop this up, and that would give it a really funky dimension. And this is why our craft rooms end up a mess, because we're always pulling stuff out as we go. So a piece of fun foam, instead of using a whole bunch of foam squares, I cut it down so it's slightly smaller than my piece here. Almost time for a new glue. All right, so now I won't have any saggy parts because it's got a piece of foam on the back. All right, so the good thing about this card and why I don't mind spending an extra minute or 2 on it is that I've got a whole bunch of this. So I know that I can make 3 or 4 or 5 more of these because I already have the concept down. At which point I may just cut gold cardstock instead of using the washi tape. All right, so that's cool. It's got a little, it's raised up here, so the gold is really behind it. Fun. And then we'll do a fun contrast with the bright hello. And sentiment. And of course, we can continue using the same sentiments if we want to. guess I need to clean these. So there we go. Okay, so it's 5:36, 5:35. Getting to be about time to wrap up. So if you have requests for next week, things that you'd like to see, specific stamp sets, specifically Altenew stamp sets, you know, I have a ton of the newer stuff because I'm doing design work for them. I'd be happy to come up with some projects that maybe would interest you. Or if you have a topic or a theme you'd like to do, we can do that. Ideally, well, maybe not. I was going to say I would do this in like a navy blue in white, which would be really pretty. Actually, this would be really pretty in navy blue. I might do that. What do you guys think? If I change the hello to navy blue instead with the vellum behind it? Because then it would kind of match the flowers. I think I might do that. Ooh. And then I have this piece of lighter blue. Let me grab a piece of navy. Navy blue it is. Sketch challenge is still open. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sketch challenge is open through the 30th, and then I'll pick a winner. And then a new one will go live on the 5th when I announce the winner of the previous one. It's a $15 Altenew gift certificate, so play. Oh, I need a vellum piece because it definitely needs vellum. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Yeah, so again, ideas for next week. If you have inks that you have questions about, or products or tools that you have questions about how to use, or techniques that you can use with them, start tossing out any ideas that you might have. I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, of course, I can come up with something on my own, but I like to help you guys out if you need it. Now, I did this with a project recently where I kind of threaded the strip through here, and I thought that looked really pretty. I forget how I did it. No. It might have been like so. Like so. I don't remember. I won't do it on this one. My sweet friend. Is there a stamp set I've been wanting to use? No, I get so much stuff. I'd have to think about that. If you wanted to do, we could do coloring, and I can show you guys, because I don't really do a lot of artist marker lesson type things. I don't have very many of them on my channel yet. So if you're, I could do a class where we could do some coloring, and I could show you techniques or something like that. I don't know. You're not into alcohol markers. Okay. Well, we can do watercoloring too. Or I could do something and get you hooked on alcohol markers. Okay, I turned it this way thinking maybe I can turn it this way. No, the flowers clearly go the other direction. But it's okay that the H comes off the edge. I just don't like it to come too far off because I want it to still be able to fit into an envelope, right? Okay, let's see if I can still move this over a little bit. Yeah, because it's I just don't like the way this is working out. Thank goodness for, oh, the smell. Yeah, I could see that. Stays On has a different smell now. So the new Stays On, they're coming out with new colors. It doesn't smell like I remember Stays On smelling, or my other Stays On, I should say. Okay, I feel like that needs to be redamped. Let's see. Oh, I do have another piece of that. Okay, so let's get this in place first, so I know where it's going to go. I don't have a pencil. Okay. that's why I didn't do it. It's going to pop off the end. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of wishy-washy about this one, guys. As you can tell. There, if I put it at, that'll work. That will work. Yeah, that might work too. But I've got this now. You know what? This will pop up off of the washi tape if I decide on something else. But that's a good idea with the circle for the hello. So like a circle here, and then figure out where the My Sweet Friend would fit. Yeah. Close. This one's really close. So I'll figure that one out later. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up for today. We've been going craft crazy. So let's just pull out the cards that we did together so you can see all the fun as a reminder of what we did. So this one with the washi tape. And then we pulled out some tartan for Sue because apparently I got her addicted. So awesome. Sue, I didn't know you didn't know I was going to be here. I thought you had popped in maybe a little bit a while ago, like maybe the first one that I did at the end of March, but maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, we did the tartan, which I really like. And then this one really turned out awesome. So thank you for the suggestion to put the glitter paper behind it, because that just really takes this up a whole notch. And yeah, and then these two, the one we started with the angle cut based on the sketch that I have out right now. And then this one. Very cool, guys. Well, thanks for helping me put some cards together. I got rid of some stuff out of my scrap bin and hopefully gave you some ideas on how to use your scraps. And you know, if you don't have stamped panels, I mean, for me, all of these are basically stamped panels or whatever, but if you're looking for a way to use up your patterned paper, this obviously was a way to do it. So, you know, consider any of these patterned paper and how you can cut them up to make different style cards just by, you know, making a smaller panel with a larger solid background, adding a flower to a geometric. Of course, looks really awesome. Just adding a simple sentiment strip. In most of these cases was just really a great way to put them together. And then this one, cutting the fun angle. And then I like the way this one started to work out with the extra strip on the side. This doesn't have to be gold either. This could be any color. So all sorts of good ideas for you guys. So I would flip up to the top to say goodbye. There we go. So another week down. I can't believe how fast time is flowing by. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you. Thank you for popping in and thank you for being there at the very beginning. It's like I said, it's so much fun to start on a live and already have people there. I really appreciate it. So I will continue to try and remember to schedule these out so that way you can get the reminders and show up, which would be really awesome. So I know things will probably change when the world goes back to whatever new normal it will be after all of this, but I will still be here. So I hope to be able to catch you either live or on a replay, whatever works out for you. And I'm just glad that everyone is doing okay out there. thanks for stopping by today. And I hope you guys get some crafty time this weekend to help de-stress and rest and relax and get some May Day cards done. So I will talk to you all soon and have a good evening.